This week, Darren and I are going to visit one of our favorite cities, Clarkston, Michigan, right here in the heart of Oakland County.
Exactly where we sit.
Right where we sit. We're in the village right now. So the village, just like other cities and villages and townships here, there's a village surrounded by a township. And the township is Independence Township. Just like you think, Independence, and you know what?
The Liberty Bell.
The Liberty Bell, freedom, liberty, you got it. You go up and down Main Street here with the flags flying right around in July, in June and July. 4th of July parade is wonderful. One of my favorite things to do.
Yeah, I've run many a Cub Scouts through that parade. So.
Oh yeah, there's everything. It's a fantastic parade. So Clarkston has a lot of things to do, and we're sitting right here at Honcho. It's also one of our favorite spots in Clarkston. It's one of the Union joints. So going up and down Main Street, Union joints make up several restaurants, and then there's some other restaurants here we're going to talk about here in a moment, right when we get back. All right, guys, we're going to highlight all the things about Clarkston, but first, our phone number and our information is right here below. So, call us,
Text us,
email us, drone, whatever. Get a hold of us because we want to help you. One of our favorite things to do is to help people that call us. We get people that call us all the time and get a hold of us no matter what, and we can kind of guide you through Michigan and what's good and bad and where you should live.
And we answer the phone because we like talking to you.
Yeah, we actually are the ones that answer the phone. It's not a bot. No. Don't worry, you're going to get us. No. But it's an 844 number here, and then, of course, this email address. Please get a hold of us, and by all means, subscribe. Ring that bell, because every time we put out a new video, you're going to get notified.
Perfect.
We love it here, though, right? Who can't love it right now? The weather is fantastic.
It's the perfect time of the year. When you're out, everything's outside, everything's built around this. You can walk around, carry a cocktail around.
Yeah, this new social district here in Clarkston, you can walk around with a cocktail. There's a map, and you got to kind of stay within boundaries or else you're going to get electrocuted, or they make you spill your drink. Automatic drink spillers, right? But if you buy a cocktail at one of the local establishments, you can walk around from restaurant to restaurant, and there's a lot of them here, and it's a very much a destination location for a lot of people to come to these restaurants. So what's your favorite thing about Clarkston?
My favorite thing about Clarkston is just the hometown feel. You know, just how it is. All my kids grew up here, they've moved away, and now when they talk about having kids, they want to come back.
Yeah,
it's
Clarkston,
just that sense of community.
It is amazing, and it really kind of starts with the schools, right? So we have an A-rated school. We have fantastic athletics. Like the athletic program here is phenomenal.
Yep. My youngest son came through during back-to-back Michigan championship games in football.
Oh, yeah. Yeah.
Go Wolves.
Clarkston Wolves. So Clarkston's near and dear to my heart because I have multiple kids that have been through Clarkston schools. And Clarkston, so it's very near and dear to my heart. But there's a lot of great things about Clarkston. There's a lot of green space. There's Depot Park down below right here in the village. That's a great place for family gatherings, concerts in the park.
Exactly.
Right? A lot of people, there's very much a social atmosphere downtown. It's hard for us to come down here without seeing people we know. And we love that part. We love that part. It's like you walk into the coffee shop, you know everybody. You walk into Honcho or Wood Shop or Union or Fed, you know everybody. And that's what makes this town so special. Is it's very quaint and quiet. Mm-hmm. One thing that's not quiet. Let's give a con here. What is not quiet?
This road.
This road.
I do not know why they have not designated this as a no large truck zone. I mean, they got to get some trucks in for the businesses, but everything else should be routed away, and it really isn't right now.
This semi came through and took out a dentist office. Nobody was hurt, thank goodness.
No, I was here that day.
But like this truck right here you're out here enjoying friends and family and things, and you get big trucks that come up and down Main Street, and it's loud and it's obnoxious, and it's not something that we really enjoy sitting here. But other than that, if you can learn to ignore that distraction, I think you're okay.
Yeah, normally, if you're out having dinner and it's 6, 7 o'clock at night, the trucks have settled down at that point. So you don't get what we would get at a lunchtime.
Yeah.
So
you're exactly right.
the atmosphere tightens up then.
Yep. So now let's talk about surrounding areas. We have Depot Park, which is obviously a little park, gazebo, stream, ducks, geese, people, right? Like it's nice.
Senior pictures, prom night, this whole town. You can't even get in and out of the town during prom night because all the pictures are taken down. Everybody meets there first, and then they go to their places they're going to go, and then to the venue for prom. So phenomenal there. Friday nights.
Yeah, people come from out of the city even to take their prom pictures here.
Oh yeah.
It's that nice. So they come from different cities surrounding to come to Depot Park to take their prom pictures and their homecoming pictures here.
Yep.
So
every Friday night in the summer.
Clarkston. Oh yeah, every Friday night.
We're down for a concert. They just rotate different little bands that come through. There's a couple that come back every single year because they're so loved and such a blast for everybody to.
Art in the Park.
Art in the Park.
Art in the Park, one of our favorite venues. Obviously, I talked about the parade. One of our favorite times of the year. The Christmas parade, also wonderful. The best Christmas parades are the ones where it's just the snow is coming down, big flakes. The Fed does a good job. They offer like free hot chocolate, and they load it up with all the goodies, like a loaded hot chocolate, and they give them away for free to kind of support the community. And that's what you're going to see here. A lot of people supporting the community.
We do an Oktoberfest.
Oh, Oktoberfest, but
then we also close down the street for an entire Sunday when we have all the food vendors out. So Taste of Clarkston.
Yeah, Taste of Clarkston is
wonderful
event.
Day there.
So Clarkston has a lot of great things, but what other things Clarkston has is they have affordable housing. They have affordable housing, great schools, parks, Independence Oaks. Independence Oaks, I'll put some little details about Independence Oaks in here as well. Independence Oaks is just a fantastic lake system with trails, bike riding, kayaking, and it's really close. It's just like, 6 minutes up the street.
Oh yeah, a couple mile loop to ride our bikes in it. We do practices there when we're training for bike riding.
And they take their sports seriously here in Clarkston. So there's an organization called the Clarkston Chiefs, and that's it for football, young football. And so what they do is they start building on these kids and start teaching them and building them up to be these awesome football players. So by the time they get to the school system,
my kids were 4 or 5 years into a program that works straight together.
Yeah, what's crazy about it, when I say they take it seriously, like these coaches have on those headsets, like the Motorola's, and if there's a bad call by the ref, they take them,
Oh yeah.
Maybe not that dramatic, but they have all the gear. Then they take it very, very seriously. So if you're into football or your kids are into athletics, I'm going to warn you, it's very competitive too. So the reason Clarkston sports are so good is because they have a lot of students to pick from. So if your child is midline, right, and not highline athlete, it might be a little bit challenging. Like a couple of my kids wouldn't make certain things, right, because there's so much competition.
They had one game they went to South Carolina to play in a tournament, and the other team walked off at halftime and never returned.
Why?
Because I think it was 30-something to 0, and they could not even, and the coach just walked his team out. I don't know how you do that, but that's how serious they get.
I don't know how you do that either.
Me neither. That's a horrible life lesson, but yeah.
Let's go through the restaurants. Let's start from down the street.
Let's start at the Union.
Well, no, let's go further down. Let's go all the way to Dixie.
To the Tap?
Well, you got the Tap. You got Chris Belli's. Okay. Right? Chris Belli's a great pizza shop. Mm-hmm. Coming this way north on M15 or Ortonville Road, you have the Tap, which is like a local watering hole.
Great food, or like finger bites, sandwiches, things like that. Roll top doors that open out. So
yeah, I never frequented the Tap too much, but
I like the Tap.
Been there a couple times.
Yep.
And then you come further this way, and you're going to get Bunkhouse. That's also owned by the Union Joints. Custom burgers, shakes, really cool place.
Yep.
As you come more north, you're going to have the Union. The Union is the old church.
Which is the original
Yep.
of the Union joints.
Yep.
So that was the beginning of everything, taking a church, converting it, having kind of a unique blend of food, and then now, dang near a world famous mac and cheese. I think so many people have
The most
have
macked,
copied 'em.
The most macked mac and cheese.
Yep, you had Guy Ferrera here from
Yep,
Dives,
yep,
Diners,
yeah.
and
Diners,
whatever.
Drive-ins, and Dives.
That's
Guy
it,
Fieri
yeah.
with Kid Rock, and they went to the Union and they went to the wood shop. Since then, Honcho's been built, and this is Honcho. Honcho's is by far my staple. I've been here a little bit too much in the last few weeks, so I kind of don't want to come here right now, but I'm gonna miss it.
There's a permanent butt spot in the seat from you here.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
I like Honcho. Honcho's like more of a Latin street food. But then if we go further this way, we have it's called Village Cafe, and Village Cafe is very like the quaint neighborhood diner. Everything, the epitome of a neighborhood diner. Like it's the perfect neighborhood diner.
Everything breakfast, everything made from scratch.
Yeah, it's old school. Across over here is the Fed. It's an old bank. So you can choose to sit in the vault, meaning you can make reservations. You can have parties there. There's an upstairs and a downstairs. Very well done. Like the atmosphere, the eclectic style.
Yep.
And the food.
We've got the restaurant upstairs, and then downstairs you go into more of a
It's called, I think they
bourbon
call it
style
the-
drinking
I think they
bar.
call it the Gold Bar.
The Gold Bar.
Yeah, which makes sense. And then right when you get out of town here, you're going into the most beautiful downtown historic home area that I know of. Like it would compete. It would compete to likes of Savannah, right? And other historic places. I mean,
Well,
we're
it's just
talking.
preserved. It's never gone through a downtime. You know what I mean? Where they had to kind of restore it. Everything's
Right.
been maintained through the years.
Yeah, you're even
So
going to have
phenomenal.
the horse hooks, right, where you tie off the horses too. And then there's Mill Pond across the street. Mill Pond is historic because there was a mill there, and
Which
so
was
there's.
a mill from Henry Ford. Henry Ford built
Oh, really? I didn't
the
know all
mill
that.
pond. Yep.
Yeah, he is just. Full
He
of-
actually bought the high school, which is just up the street, which was our city hall for a little while. But it was actually the original high school. And then in the 40s, Henry Ford bought that to do some tooling for inside and the mall,
This is what.
which is what we call the mall now.
Yeah, there's no mall.
So he and Thomas Edison were up here all the time. I mean, right on Walters Lake, there's a cabin. I'll show you one time. I mean, this is a 4,000 square foot cabin with another cabin next to it that he and Thomas Edison used to come up here and they summered in Clarkston a lot.
The amount of history that's right here in Clarkston, it would blow your mind.
It's phenomenal.
Yeah, it's phenomenal. So, if you ever want any information about Clarkston, and you want to know about like different pockets of Clarkston, because the township is considered Clarkston still. Now, the people
We
in the
call it
village,
Clarkston,
yeah, the
yeah.
people in the village will argue that all day long. They'll say absolutely not, that it's not Clarkston. The village of Clarkston is Clarkston. Well, the village doesn't have many people in it. The township has a lot, and the township, the mailing address is still Clarkston. So Independence Township, if you see anything with Independence Township, zip code's 48346 or 48348.
Yeah,
That is, to me, that's Clarkston.
that's us.
That's us. Like the different neighbors, like neighborhoods. You're gonna find that there are different sides of Clarkston, right?
Yeah. So I mean, obviously, the village is the village. You're
Right.
gonna have houses built back from the 1800s.
But then you're gonna have over towards Sashabaw area, and maybe you're gonna have maybe some smaller houses, more of a cookie cutter type community back in the day, right? But still a great place to live. And then when you come out here more, M15, you're gonna have some more custom homes and some courts or some streets that really don't have much going on them at all, just a street or a court with 8 houses on them, or big neighborhoods. A lot of growth. Now Darren had a house in Clarkston, and you had over 3 acres. So if you want acreage, you can still live in Clarkston affordably. If you want lake living, Deer Lake, you have that too.
Walters Lake.
And Walters Lake, yeah.
Which are just the two close ones for us.
There's really a lot to offer here. So really whatever you need, it's here. You want a dentist, it's here in the village. The orthodontist is down the street. The local famous, I say famous, but well-known orthodontist is down the street.
Village Eye Care.
Village Eye Care is right here.
PT. Well, I was there the last 2 weeks, remember?
Yeah, you
Getting
can
that shoulder
you can
together.
really park your butt right here in Clarkston and never leave. There's good shopping. There's a Kroger just up here on Dixie, and then there's one over on Sashabaw. There's also a Starbucks on Dixie and one on Sashabaw. So It's kind of got all bases covered. Great restaurants, great food, great schools, parks.
And we forgot even the Fifth Tavern, another great
gosh.
restaurant, just right up on the north side of town.
Yeah, Fifth Tavern. So obviously, are we hungry?
Well, we keep looking at food. So.
No, we keep talking about food.
I know it.
I think we're getting hungry.
We're getting closer. We're going to try one of these in just a minute.
Try what?
Food.
Food?
Not here. You've been here like 4 times this week.
I love it here, though. These are my people.
I know, but I gotta expand you. I gotta expand you before you go.
Yeah. We're getting hungry talking about all the food. If you need to know anything about houses or anything about the community, call us, email us, text us, get a hold of us. We love working with people that don't really know what they're getting into, or whether you're moving from Michigan or from out of state, somewhere in state, out of state, whatever it is, get a hold of us. We'll be happy to help you. That's our favorite thing to do.
It is. That's what we do.
That is what we do.
That's why we're doing this.
And we'll kind of give and
just
if
to get
you
out
want,
and tell
if
them
you
right
need
from
us
there.
if you need us to walk through houses for you, walk through cities for you, whatever it is, let us know. And as you can see, big trucks riding through town. That's really the only con.
Confirmed.
That's the only con. I'll tell you that. So until next time, subscribe, ring that bell.
We'll see you there.
We'll see you then.